First, let's replace my rear stabilizer jacks, which, if you recall, I broke last winter getting out of the RTR in Quartzsite in the Arizona desert. Today, taking the trip north. The one we've taken so many times towards Orlando, but today it is special. We're going to be camping at Disney's Fort Wilderness RV Resort, and we can't wait.
Well, getting out of South Florida is always a little bit of an adventure, but we're almost at the halfway point now on the dreaded Turnpike, of course, which, as you all know, it's not my favorite highway. But time is of the essence. We want to enjoy as much as possible every minute in Disney World. So that's why we're taking this less interesting route. Full airstream.
Of course, it wouldn't be Florida if it didn't rain at least once.
Well, sooner or later we were gonna get caught up with the rain. It was just a matter of time. By the way, did you notice my magic band?
A couple of hours later, we arrive at the place where dreams come true, Disney World. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV. And here we are, but this weekend we are not going to do any of the parks. We just want to experience Fort Wilderness and perhaps do some hotel hopping. We pre-registered, and according to the instructions on the website, we just had to wave our magic bands. But no.
Are you checking in, sir?
We're already checked in.
Is this your first time through the gate?
Yeah.
Then you're not checked in.
Well, the app said we were.
There seems to be a disconnect between the promise and the reality.
The app?
What's the last name?
Morales?
Yeah, the app said that we were checked in, that we could come
Yeah,
in.
we checked in online. It should have, I don't know.
Everybody does, but you got to first name.
Robert.
1434 is your son.
Yeah.
Yes, we know. Mm-hmm.
And away you go.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, somehow that didn't feel like the Disney experience we were expecting, but anyways, let's just go find our site. Nowhere did they mention the extra step with the cranky security guard. Supposedly, you would just wave your magic band and magically you would be in. Well, greetings from Fort Wilderness RV Resort here in Orlando, in Disney. And this is our elite site. Hey, by the way, Disney of Fights. How do you pronounce it? Disney of Fights. Cover your ears because you're not gonna like what I'm going to say. This is our $200 elite site here. And everybody in this loop has to come here in front of our picnic table to throw away the trash because the trash cans are right there. I don't know. I really hope that our weekend improves because so far it's... Even our grill here looks like it hasn't been replaced since the 70s. And as you can see, no privacy whatsoever. Everybody just walking in front of our picnic table. I don't know. But we had to try it at least once, right? We had to come here to see it firsthand. We're gonna walk around the campground now, and then we're gonna walk around the rest of the Disney property, and you know, I'm gonna take you with me, and we'll see how it goes. Other than that beautiful day here in Central Florida, blue skies, scattered clouds. No, I mean, it rained a little bit on the way here, but that was it. Well, here we are. This is the Meadows Recreation Area. They have a swimming area, tennis courts. Oh, the campfire, I think it's this way. No? Well, this is what they call a comfort station. Let's check it out. Key access required from 2 a.m. Okay, so... Okay. Did you see that? That was so cool. Yeah, technically I didn't need to use the magic band, but that was cool.
The bathrooms are pretty impeccable, as expected.
That is pretty nice. And here's the laundry facility. Let's check it out. There's a station here where you pay for the laundry. Makes sense. And while you wait for your laundry, although this is a detergent machine. I thought it was gonna be like beer while you wait for your. Someone forgot their clothes in the dryer. All right, let's continue exploring the campground. And paper towels, very important.
Let's continue towards the meadows. And here they have this outdoor theater.
Well, this is the theater where they do the campfire at night, I guess, and they play a Disney movie afterwards. Alligators and snakes in the area.
Here you can rent canoes and all that stuff, but the beach is closed. And here's the main swimming pool.
You want mosquito prevention?
Actually, Disney does a remarkable job with mosquito control. They pretty much have it down to a science, and the results are short of a miracle. Because if you've been down here in the summer, you know the mosquitoes are epic.
It is perhaps a little too crowded for my taste. I was hoping to do the slide, but maybe not.
There, that's where you would rent bicycles and other equipment, and this is one of two convenience stores where you can buy souvenirs, supplies, and here's the other one, here by this area closer to the lake called the Settlement. And here's the beach, but there's no swimming. They have two ferries, one going to Magic Kingdom and one going to the other resorts around the lake, and once you figure out the transportation system, it actually works really well.
Pioneer Hall, Crockett, E-Trails, and everything is here.
Yes, the website kind of implies that there are many dining options, but it is really all sections of the same building. One of them is a pickup window. Let's go into Crockett's Tavern. And this is not it. This is the arcade, actually. Here we are. It is actually just a bar inside Trails End Restaurant. And all of this is inside the building called Pioneer Hall.
Okay, that beer hit the right spot. Now we're gonna go to the boardwalk because it is Friday and it is almost 6 p.m. so we have a live video to do. The special guest, perhaps.
Here we are at the bus stop, trying to figure out which bus to take. And first we have to go to the Outpost Depot, where all the buses depart from.
We're never gonna make it to the boardwalk by 6, but we'll try.
Here we're gonna take the bus that goes to Disney Hollywood Studios.
We get off here?
No. Let me pull into the bus stop.
I guess it is that way.
The Disney Boardwalk, where we're going, is located between Hollywood Studios and Epcot. Much closer to Epcot, actually, and we've never actually been there. Check it out, there it is, Disney Hollywood Studios. We could have taken the boat, but we've decided to walk instead.
There's a big raccoon.
Oh, the Swan Hotel. How perfect. The boardwalk also happens to be right next to the Swan and Dolphin hotels, and across the lake from the Yacht Club and the Beach Club resorts. The boardwalk, of course, has its own resort as well. We're going to Big River Grill and Brewing Works, which is the local brewery, where Eric, this traveler on YouTube and actually my first patron, is saving a table for us.
Well, hello everybody and welcome to another live chat here today, coming to you from the Disney Boardwalk.
Oh, now you're.
Today before a live audience here. Let me show you where we are. This is the Disney Boardwalk and it's very nice. Not very crowded today. And back there is I can't really see it. It's that Swan Hotel. And today we have this traveler here with us. So it's really cool. Hello, Alex Cruz.
You see that guy? This Robert. Where's your blue range, man? Oh. By the way, today's IPA is it's called where is it? It's a New England style IPA. It's called Brazen Owl, and it's kind of weird. It looks kind of like an orange juice, but it tastes. It's slight sweetness, perfectly balanced by the pineapple, grapefruit, and tangerine hop character without being overly bitter. An unfiltered IPA. That's why it looks so cloudy. Pretty good, actually. For those of you who just arrived, let me show you our surroundings here. This is the boardwalk here in Disney. And it doesn't look so great here in this.
You can.
And here's Ely, and this traveler, our mighty moderator there with a wrench or a knife, or you never know what he's gonna come up with. Could be a wrench, could be a knife, could be a bottle of mustard for all we know.
I hope not.
Easy Tires, thank you so much for that super chat. Are you going to Montana? Yes, I'm going to Montana probably in August, and now I'm gonna have my nacho.
By the way, if you happen to be on YouTube on a Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, I usually do these live chats, and they're a lot of fun. We talk about travel and beer, and they're usually a little more coherent than this one.
All right, everybody. It's I'm not gonna be singing because I'm in a public place and people are gonna look a bit weird. But we're gonna start winding this down, wrapping this up until next Friday. Thank you so much for being here. I really enjoy these live chats and see you on the road.
Okay, let me show you guys inside real quick.
Of course, in true Disney fashion, it is all very well managed and immaculately clean. And at least, it does look like a legit brewery.
So yes, you can see it's a pretty legit brewery here at the Disney Boardwalk. Well, let's walk around the boardwalk a little bit here. Before we go to the... Where are we going after? The Contemporary.
As the sun slowly begins to set, we go for a leisurely stroll along the boardwalk. Alright, let's take the bus to our next destination. It is getting kind of late, so needless to say, we decided to skip the Contemporary, leave it for tomorrow, and return to Fort Wilderness. That's the Magic Kingdom, by the way. And here we are. We're gonna try and see the fireworks from the beach area. The Landing, I believe it is called.
Oh, they turn off the lights.
This here is where they do the Chippendale show and the campfire and the s'mores. And then they show a Disney movie at night. And they even have an RV-themed food truck. They even have a sticker map. It's movie time.
That's a spirit.
I think they've started without us. Well, at least we are going to get to see some of the fireworks from here. And it looks like someone here to my left is live streaming the show. By the way, Disney does one of the best fireworks shows. Not the quantity, but the quality of what they can do. Of course, when you witness them from the park, you have the music and the lasers and more context. so I imagine it's even better. After the fireworks, we get to see the electrical water pageant, which, let's be honest, it feels somewhat dated at this point, but not too bad actually, considering it is my age. One of Disney World's oldest attractions. It was originally presented for the dedication of the Polynesian luau back in 1971. Gotta love the synthesized music, like an old video game.
Well, here we are, our little piece of forest. Well, good morning, everybody. Once again, we're gonna see if we can check out that other pool and walk around the campground a little more. It's a beautiful morning here, not a cloud in the sky.
We're going to the Wilderness swimming pool, which is by the cabins, and it is supposed to be less crowded, more tranquil. Too quiet, perhaps?
Well, this is the Wilderness pool, which is, as you can see, the more quiet one, or the quieter one. Just one thing though, it's one of those pools that it's never deep enough if you really want to enjoy it. Only 4 feet 6 inches at the deepest point, which is right in the middle. And then it tapers off, to 3 feet 0.9 meters right at the wall. So it's like a bowl kind of thing. Yeah, this is the deepest spot right here. Which is not bad, but I guess it's made for kids, right? We're at Disney after all. It's heated. Not a lot of heat, but it's heated. It's comfortable on this 75-degree morning. So that's it. It's very nice.
The Meadows pool is also much emptier this morning.
Okay, here's the Walt Disney World RV. Well, we've been to more states than they have. Do you think they'll mind if I stick my sticker? They probably will.
Breakfast time! Robert, be positive. Don't mention anything about the quality of the service. Let's focus on the food. And they do have a pretty good variety as far as breakfast or brunch buffets go. Bacon, sausage, that's the kind of stuff that I like. Mickey-shaped waffles? Gotta have those.
That's the frittata, blackened shrimp, and pulled pork Benedict.
By the way, we are still waiting for our server.
Second plate.
And I found the chili.
Out here, they have pony rides, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the ruins of the abandoned River Country Water Park, and I suspect it is somewhere back here. Rumor has it that they are building a brand new resort where River Country used to be.
Oh, that's it back there. Can't really see anything. Looks like they're constructing something.
Moving along, the plan today is to go hotel hopping. Let's see how many we can visit.
Yeah, they have fishing too. And here's the pier. We were gonna rent one of these little boats, but we changed our mind.
All right, let's get on the boat and go to the next resort. You have to admit, these little Disney Transit boats are very cute. And I know I'm probably going to regret not renting one of these little two-person boats because it is kind of unlikely we will return here, but who knows?
Alright, that was a fun little boat ride. Let's check out the Wilderness Lodge.
Yes, our first stop is the Wilderness Lodge. Its design is inspired by the national park lodges of the American West, particularly Old Faithful Inn in Yellowstone National Park. Here's the pool, and the 8 floors made from lodgepole pine imported from Oregon.
This is the lobby.
The lobby here, quite impressive with this tall atrium.
It is very grand.
It is all so perfectly landscaped. The type of experience you expect and love from a Disney property. Love the architecture too. Okay, let's continue towards the next hotel, which is going to be the iconic Contemporary Resort. How cool is that when you get the life vest instructions from Mickey himself? And there goes the Magic Kingdom ferry.
All right, we're at the Contemporary.
Thank you.
Yeah, they have lockers.
Let's check out the pool. From here, we don't want to intrude. And here they have this topiary sculpture of Mickey himself, and a nice metallic version that I'm going to take a picture with.
Open sesame.
It appears to be an Easter egg art collection, perhaps?
Easter was like 2 weeks ago as of this filming, so they're a little behind. Double espresso here is called Contemporary Grounds Coffee. You know, the bathroom paper towels are a good sign of the quality of a hotel, and this one has excellent paper towels in the bathroom. And here's this wave place, the lobby, and now we're gonna go up to where the
the monorail station is located.
This here seems to be more like a shopping level with several stores, and there's Chef Mickey's, where you get to dine with your favorite Disney character, sort of. I think they just show up and say hello from time to time. Still, very cool. I'm sure the little ones will love it. Let's step outside. And here they have this area which I imagine is set up for fireworks watching at night. Because, guess what? The Magic Kingdom is right there.
And that, my friends, is the Magic Kingdom. And that's the Disney monorail passing in front of the Magic Kingdom.
This must have looked so futuristic back in the 1970s. So much that it still kind of does in a retro sort of way. Oh, the little rockets. I forgot what they're called, but good memories, good times. One of these days we'll revisit, I promise. It's been so long since we visited the Magic Kingdom. There's the Grand Floridian, the newer tower at the Contemporary, and I love how the monorail just rolls into the building. There, I told you, you can dine with your favorite Disney characters. Alright, let's get on the monorail.
Please stand clear of the door.
Our next stop is going to be the Polynesian. Here's the beautifully decorated lobby, and I guess I'd never noticed it before, but apparently all Disney resorts seem to have these grand multi-story atriums at the lobby. Although, now that I think of it, I've never really stayed at a Disney resort before, so, we've visited here at the Polynesian in the early 90s, but somehow I don't remember this. For good reason. The whole thing was recently renovated, replacing a waterfall garden that used to be here with this. We've been told that the thing to have here is something called a Dole Whip, with coconut rum.
Well, this is the famous Dole Whip with coconut rum.
The whole pool area has also been renovated, and we have a view of the Magic Kingdom. Next, we are going to walk to the Grand Floridian. It is relatively close. These resorts are so big, sometimes you need a map. It's a wedding chapel. The Grand Floridian here was inspired by the Victorian-era East Coast Florida resorts, although the exterior is modeled after the Coronado in California and the Mount Washington Hotel in New Hampshire. I have a thing for these types of water contraptions, especially when they empty the bucket, which is about to happen.
Let's go inside. This is quite luxurious.
Yes, the lobby is truly magnificent. It conveys opulence, lavishness, luxury. Oh, what is that? In the Grand Floridian? Can't be. Maybe I'll refer them to my pest control guy, he's great. And they also have the eggs. Must be a seasonal thing. There's even a BB-8. There's a scary rabbit. Joking aside, I mean, these things are truly works of art. You almost forget where you are and imagine it is some kind of historic building. Some more props here by the entrance to keep the Victorian illusion going.
Very nice.
Alright, let's take the bus to Disney Springs.
Well, as you may have noticed, we didn't go to Disney Springs. We just changed buses, and we are now at the Port Orleans Resort. So let's check it out. We weren't kidding when we said we were gonna do some hotel hopping today. And we're not done yet. Well, this is really cool.
This may actually be the coolest resort yet. I didn't film it, but there was a guy at the entrance in costume greeting visitors, and that really put us in the festive mood. Sometimes it is the little things, those little details that make the experience far superior, far more pleasant. Most of which were missing from Fort Wilderness, by the way. Let's face it, Disney is all about the experience, and in my opinion here at Port Orleans, they nailed it. How about an adult beverage? It is PM after all.
It's a sunshine margarita.
Port Orleans here is really two resorts in one, French Quarter and Riverside, and we've been on the French Quarter side with its cobblestone streets, gas lamps, iron balconies, and fragrant magnolia blossoms, and a festive Mardi Gras atmosphere. Now we're going to the Riverside, which recreates the down-home appeal of the Louisiana Bayou, with antebellum mansions, backwood cottages, and yeah, it is very charming. Alright, let's check out the lobby. Not as impressive as the Grand Floridian, but I like it. I think that's the boat we gotta take. We're gonna start walking back to the French Quarter side and take the ferry to Disney Springs. By the way, I really like the architecture here, but I probably prefer the more festive atmosphere of the French Quarter. I don't know, I'm kind of torn. I like both. We might stay here one of these days. And here we are, back at the French Quarter. Definitely my favorite side. Perhaps because I like New Orleans so much. And check out those magnolias. Here comes our boat. off we go towards Disney Springs, where we can take a bus to our next destination. I think one of the main benefits of staying at a Disney resort and having the Magic Band is that you have access to the Disney transportation system. Although I don't think anybody is checking whether you are really staying at a Disney resort. And if they are very inconspicuous about it. There it is, Disney Springs. Cool to see it from the water. And that's that really cool amphibian car that they have. I wanna take it one of these days. Whoa, the volcano is erupting. That is, of course, the Rainforest Cafe, where you get to eat inside a fake jungle, fake alligators and all. We would love to linger, get something to eat, but the sun is coming down quickly, and we want to see one more resort here before we go. We're kind of saving the best for last.
To infinity and beyond.
Have I ever told you how much I used to love Legos as a kid? Although what I really had was an East German knockoff called Pepe, because that's what we had. We'd definitely have to come back later.
Disney HD, no.
It is actually a pretty long drive to where we're going, which is none other than the Animal Kingdom Lodge, which is a safari-themed resort. Wait till you see it.
Welcome home.
There are two sections, the lodge and the villas. We'll do the lodge first. The lobby is magnificent. They have a guy here carving wood, and there are exquisite details everywhere. I think my dad, who was an architect, would have loved to see this. They have many authentic African pieces of art spread around the building, like this Nigerian Ijele mask meant to be carried on someone's head. Another example is this ladder from Burkina Faso. I think it is fascinating and a fitting end to our day because this is the last resort we're going to visit today.
I'm tired.
I am officially impressed, and we ain't seen nothing yet. Here's the pièce de résistance.
Fly! No, you're a pelican? No, you're not a pelican. And look at the guy over there. Fly, pelican! African pelican.
Can you imagine staying at one of these rooms?
It's like a hotel inside a zoo. Ooh, it's a real giraffe. Can you imagine getting up in the morning and your view is a giraffe?
I'm not even gonna ask how much those Savannah View rooms cost, but if you can afford it, it will be a unique experience for sure. The giraffe does look kind of sad though. Or maybe that's just how their face looks. Maybe they like it here. I just can't get over how cool this is. Oh, and they have zebras too, the real thing. Not those Mexican painted burros. Have you seen those? Like in Tijuana?
Hello, giraffe. Get closer. Can you imagine waking up in the morning and seeing a giraffe?
Next, we're going to the Kidani Village, the other side of the resort, because we want to eat at a particular restaurant. It is aesthetically different, but still very unique. The place where we want to eat, or at least have an appetizer and a beer, is called Sana. And if you get a window table, you can see zebras and giraffes and other animals outside.
Wow.
Here they also have all kinds of African art. Beautiful lamps that almost looks like chululi glass. Here they also have a savanna where you can sit down and relax and look at the animals.
Yeah, here's the giraffe. Sana!
African cooking with Indian flavor. Sounds like a delicious combination. We don't have reservations, so we're just gonna go to the lounge.
Here we go.
Meanwhile, in the dining room, it must be someone's birthday. And there's a giraffe casually walking by. We get IPAs, of course, and we also get a traditional Indian-style bread service. 5 different breads and 9 accompaniments. As day turns into night, it is time to go. But I decided to do one last walk around the dining room.
Mira los animales aquí afuera. That was really good. Alright, it's time to go back to Disney Springs.
Tell you what, it is late. We're kind of tired. And it is Saturday night, so it is pretty crowded, so we're gonna call it a night. Catch our bus back to Fort Wilderness.
Well, this is it. Checkout time is upon us. And we're leaving this magical place. Although, if you've been led to believe that Fort Wilderness is the same Disney experience as everywhere else, I'm sorry to tell you, it's not. And that's the only negative thing I'm gonna say about this place. But the cast members, they look like they were the ones that barely passed the test, and they just put them here because they couldn't put them anywhere else. And half of them are very, very nice, but half of them are outright rude, and that's kind of unacceptable for Disney. And our campsite, well, you saw it. We've been at better 1,000 trails. But besides that, the rest of the day yesterday was outstanding, and we had a great time. And for the most part, it is still the Disney experience. So, will we return to Fort Wilderness? Probably not, but we will return to Walt Disney World at some point. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and see you on the road.
Do you think I'm being too harsh? Please comment below, but it's really out of love. Really. If this was anywhere else, it would probably be fine, I guess. But I'm sorry, I just hold Disney to a higher standard. And I was really disappointed that the experience was less than perfect. It almost feels like Disney doesn't care about this place, like it is a legacy property they have to keep open because it's there, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of these days it ceases to exist. As for the rest of Disney, perfect, as expected. Maybe next time I'll just stay at Port Orleans, where for a few dollars more, they give you clean towels and make your bed every day, and they are much nicer to you.